With today's house hunters, we have our work cut out, navigating their long and complex wish list.
Do you want to leave? Yeah?
No, I think we've got to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Ooh. But it turns out the key to their heart is having room for a herd of goats.
There are a few in there.
Herds and herds of... Today, we're in Cornwall, and this beautiful estuary behind me is Helford River. It stretches all the way from Falmouth Bay right up to the old port of Gweek and has 7 creeks in total, the best known, of course, being Frenchman's Creek, made famous by Daphne du Maurier, who used Cornwall as a majestic and often mysterious backdrop to many of her novels. And I must say, as you travel around this stunning county, it's not hard to see why. The ancient Celtic kingdom of Cornwall, or Kernow, is the most southwesterly county in Britain and has the longest coastline. You're never more than 20 miles from the sea here, and it's along the coast that some of Cornwall's most breathtaking views can be found. From the rugged cliffs at Tintagel, to the seaside charm of Bude, to lively Falmouth, the 3rd deepest natural harbour in the world. And the splendour of inland Cornwall shouldn't be overlooked. Nearly 1/3 of the countryside is designated an area of outstanding natural beauty. The scenic Bodmin Moor is dominated by granite tors like Row Tor, a Neolithic site 1,300 feet above sea level. It's also home to the Jamaica Inn, another location immortalised by Daphne du Maurier. Of course, tourism is the bedrock of the economy here, but traditional occupations like fishing and farming still play a large part in county life. And it's this timeless air that lends Cornwall much of its appeal. Cornwall is not just a popular holiday destination, it's also extremely popular with those looking to escape urban life. And with good reason. The average price of a detached house here is around £265,000. That's around £13,000 less than the national figure. Plus, there's more good news. Prices here are still around 10% cheaper than they were at their peak back in 2008. But a word to the wise, if you're looking for a house with views, especially of the sea, well, you can expect to pay a hefty premium. So which part of this beautiful county are today's buyers looking? Let's meet them and find out. Claire and Steve have been married for 9 years, and although they currently live in Bristol, they're firm believers they were born to live in the country.
I came here to college in 1983, and I didn't really intend to stay here for 30 years, but somehow life just happens, doesn't it?
We just spend our weekends travelling away from the city, really.
Yeah, we can't wait to get out of it, can we?
Moving further southwest to the North Cornwall coast has been on the cards for many years.
We've always both wanted to move to the country. I went to Cornwall when I was 17 with my best friend, so it's always been a dream of mine to go back, but life happened and I got married and I had children, and so the opportunity to go back down that way kind of stopped for me for quite a long time.
I think there's a certain feeling about Cornwall. I don't know, you just feel something extremely good is going on down there.
Claire and Steve have 3 grown-up children, each from previous relationships, but they're not leaving all their family behind when they move.
Coming on the move with us would be William, who is my middle son, and William is 20 and he has Down syndrome and quite severe learning difficulties. I think he would have a better lifestyle living somewhere more rural.
Yeah, that's right.
And also Steve's mum, who is 94 and still lives on her own, I think the time has come for her now she feels she needs to live with us.
Yeah,
she needs a lot more
support. I think
support.
it would be a great relief for her if she could.
Claire plans to continue working as a massage therapist after their move. Steve, meanwhile, used to teach woodwork, but gave it up to care for his mother, so he dreams of rekindling his passion.
Losing my woodwork shop was a bit like losing one of my arms, so if I could get another woodwork shop up together, I would be absolutely delighted.
I've been promised a table for the last 10 years, but he just doesn't have the facilities to make it at the moment, so it would be lovely for us to have furniture in our house that Steve has made.
This will be the first house they've bought together. Will it be plain sailing as they try to bring together their rural dreams?
I think Claire might have the final say. possibly.
No, I think we'll compromise, won't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we'll do what you
Yeah.
want.
And then we'll do what I want.
Claire and Steve have found a college perfect for William in Callington, so they'd like us to focus our search based at no more than a 40-minute commute. But I want to find out a little more about their other priorities too. Well, good morning. Beautiful start, isn't it?
It certainly is.
You in Curnow?
Yeah.
How long have you both been dreaming of relocating?
About 10 years.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, 10 years.
Long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's taking you so long?
Oh, lots of things. Children,
They're getting away, don't
parents, yeah.
they? What's the priorities?
Well, we need an income, so a holiday let would
OK.
be fantastic.
What, little cottage, or could it be part of the house, or...?
Yes, I think so.
that would be fine.
Yeah.
What about your home?
Well, I think we need 5 bedrooms, really. We've got 6 children between us.
Yes.
And even though they're not with us, they will all visit and...
Well, not just visiting children, you've got people moving down with you as
Yeah.
well. Talk me through that.
We've got Steve's mum,
Yeah.
who's quite elderly. She's 94, so she'll need her own space. And
Right.
then my son William's 20. He's got learning difficulties, so he'll need his own space as well.
Now, whereabouts does his house need to be?
I like the North Cornwall coast. I love Tintagel, I love Boscastle. But anywhere across the kind of top of Cornwall would be nice. Launceston area.
How deep are your pockets? Let's talk budget.
Yeah. Well, top budget, we could go to about 550.
OK, all right.
But if there wasn't holiday lets, we might think about buying a small property somewhere else to rent out.
Well, look, we've got 3 great properties lined up. There's going to be elements of compromise, and of course there'll be parts of each house where you might have slightly differing opinions. So speak up, that's what I'm saying. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get on with it. Although Steve and Claire's budget of £550,000 is a healthy sum for this part of the world, they do have a lot of requirements. They want 5 bedrooms, some independent space for Steve's mother, and the ability to turn part of the property into a holiday let. Steve would also love to start a carpentry business from home, so needs space for a workshop, and they'd also like some land. We'll be showing our buyers 3 properties, tempting in very different ways. Once they've looked around each one, I'll be asking them to guess the price. Having had their eye on this area for so long, that shouldn't be too challenging. The last visit to the mystery house is a bit of a risk, really challenging them to question their priority list. If you could get some land, come on, talk me through it. Would you do anything with it?
I'd really like somewhere you could grow vegetables.
Yeah.
Have a few fruit trees, you know,
And a
just...
few chickens.
Goats to milk?
Yeah.
What are you doing with these goats?
I just really like goats. I just like them.
Let's find you somewhere where you can have your goats. Our house hunt starts in the hamlet of Henwood. A 15-minute drive south takes you to Liskeard, and a little further in the opposite direction is Launceston. Henwood's tucked just inside Bodmin Moor in an area of outstanding natural beauty. Definitely no need to worry about traffic noise here, but do watch out for livestock on the roads. The nearest shops and pubs can be found in Minions, which claims the title of highest village in Cornwall. Minions also falls in the Liskeard mining district, now a World Heritage Site. A 5-minute drive takes us back to the hamlet of Henwood and our first property. Now, a bit of a windy start to our house tours themselves, but let's stop here, just out of the wind a little bit, and take in what's available.
All this?
Everything. Essentially got 4 dwellings.
I'm a bit stunned, actually.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, you've got the holiday let potential here right away.
Yeah.
Well, let's go and take a look in what might be your own personal accommodation. Follow me.
Okay.
In this complex of 4 properties, 2 have 3 bedrooms. The first I'm showing them is where the current owners live. You're greeted by an entrance hall, of which is the kitchen.
Oh, I like the style. I like shaker kitchens.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You're used to a bigger kitchen.
But I do like this kitchen. I think this is
Yeah.
a nice kitchen.
Yes, it is.
There's plenty of workspace and...
This gives you distinct kitchen and then maybe living, dining next door.
Okay.
Let's take a look at that. Well, straight away you can see that your dining would be done in this room.
This is very nice, isn't it?
Lovely view.
It's a nice big room.
Yeah, this is big, isn't it?
And you've got, a beautiful view.
Yeah, it's lovely. Probably have a dining table.
Yeah,
there,
you
I
could
think,
put a nice
couldn't
dining
you?
table there, couldn't you?
I think so. And that's south.
Okay.
So,
Oh, right, okay. So you get the sun coming in through those windows.
Correct. Let's go upstairs and have a look at the bedrooms. But so far, do you like this? Could you live in this?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
quite...
it's lovely.
It's quite nice.
It's quite nice. So what's stopping this being very nice? Is it missing something? Or?
I don't know.
Character?
Yeah, I
We
think
like
it's
a bit more
possibly a little
character,
bit more
maybe?
character.
Yeah,
This is quite modern, isn't it?
it's got your standard magnolia walls, you know, your flush lighting. It's up to whoever comes in here to do something a bit special with it. But there's other cottages here that you might like even more.
Okay.
So maybe this becomes a holiday let. This barn is the most recent conversion, carried out in 2010. So despite modern features like eco-friendly underfloor heating, I don't think they're warming to it as much as I'd hoped. Now, of the 3 bedrooms, this is the largest.
Okay.
No, it's quite bijou, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But I think the trade-off with this entire property is the fact that, OK, the rooms might be smaller, but you get lots of them.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now, the room at the far end of this particular property is en suite, and then you've got the family bathroom here, and then in the middle you've got, well, you could get it's a small single or an office.
Right.
So it's a 2.5 to 3 bedroom cottage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've shown you this cottage. I personally prefer the other cottage.
Okay.
So shall we have a look at that and then we
Yeah.
decide which one you want to live in? This really is a ready-made revenue stream they could walk right into. The current owners make a turnover of £25,000 a year, letting 3 of these cottages.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
nice. I like this.
You get a very different feel when you walk in here to the last one, don't you?
Yeah. This feels more like a
Yeah,
cottage,
this
doesn't
is
it?
really
Yeah, it
pretty.
really does.
This room, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. Quite big.
Well, yeah, I mean, the living room isn't as big, but the kitchen room, I think you might prefer this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
got a
nice.
lot more character, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So, where do you want to live? Here or over the road?
This one's looking a bit more promising, I think.
Yeah, I think it would be
for
this
us,
one.
Yeah.
Similar to the previous cottage, there are 2 doubles and 1 single bedroom upstairs, although here there's just 1 bathroom and no ensuite. The third property has 2 bedrooms and an open plan kitchen diner, and the fourth also has a kitchen diner with just 1 bedroom. Now to the outside space. With the land divided up so each cottage has a private garden, it doesn't go far. No land,
Right.
no goats,
Right.
but 3 extra cottages.
Yeah.
What do you think? Be honest.
Well, it's certainly a good business
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
I personally would go for less property and more land.
All right. How much do you think these houses, this hamlet,
Yeah.
is on the market for?
I think it's at the top of our budget. I think it's 550.
OK.
I would, let's say, 500.
Well, not bad guesses. Someone has been doing their homework. This place is on the market for offers around £550,000.
Wow.
So do you think you'd have viewed this if you'd just seen it on the internet?
Probably not.
No, it's a stunning place.
It does have a lot of the things
I'd
you
like to
want,
come here on
actually.
holiday.
Yeah.
Well, look, this is all, you know, flushes out what's important to you. I mean, if you go through your tick list, character properties, plenty of room for your family, plenty of room for holiday makers to come and spend money. It's got all that, it just doesn't have the land.
Yeah.
There ain't no room for goats.
No.
Look, I want you to have a look around all of this place on your own.
Okay.
Have a look at all the cottages. Maybe start thinking of how you might configure it if you to get your head around the lack of land, OK? And I'll meet you whenever you're done.
Okay.
All right?
All right, then.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, this is a process of elimination, isn't it? It's finding out what's important to them. And Claire and Steve, they do seem to have their heart set on some land. So maybe more outside space, less inside. Bang on budget, what this property lacks in acres, it makes up for in floor space. Between the 9 bedrooms in 4 buildings, there's plenty of room for Claire's son, Steve's mother, plus lots of holiday let options.
It has got lots of business potential, but I think you can only do the one thing with it, which is let to people.
Oh, this is really pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
This would be perfect, I think, if it has an acre and maybe 2 of the holiday lets were actually just one dwelling.
I've got to say, I was wondering which house you're going to come out of. You had the choice, didn't you? Have you seen enough?
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, food for thoughts?
Yes, I think so.
OK, but I think I can do better.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Cornwall's milder climate offers the county's farmers the longest growing seasons in the UK. It's also a centre for organic and sustainable farming. And in the village of Gweek in South Cornwall, there's an example in Hollyfield Farm, an ecological project which also provides daycare for people with special needs. With Claire's son William in mind, our couple are meeting the founders, Robert and Amy West.
Hi Steve, hi Claire. Welcome to Hollyfield Farm.
They started the project 26 years ago.
We built it all ourselves in a partnership with social services. The daycare centre is the hub of the farm. That is what we are all centred around. The other elements that go on are really to complement it or financially support it.
How much land do you have?
There's 32 acres here, all different varieties. So we've got this sort of arable fields, and then we've got scrubland and woodland. We've got some orchards, and then the farmstead.
The daycare is attended by about 30 trainees with special needs and coordinated by 10 members of staff. The farm isn't run for profit, but is a training vehicle with a small collection of animals. There are also supporting ventures such as the recycling of reclaimed wood and the annual Holly Fair Music Festival.
Some apples here if you'd like to try and see if they're interested at all. Certainly this one's interested in saying hello. These apples are all part of the fun. They come from our orchard, and so that's an aspect of the farm that the trainees love. They go and pick the apples. Yeah. Some will be for the animals, or else they will take it on to actually making apple juice as well from the apple.
How old are the trainees? What age range have you got?
From 16 onwards, from school leaving age, up until the grand age of 65 or even more. If the person is still active and mobile, then there's all good reason why they should come to our daycare service.
Do you think it's good for the trainees to be outside and working in the countryside?
I could only say yes to that, naturally.
Alongside horticulture, animal care and woodland management, the visitors to Hollyfield can also enjoy arts and crafts, music and yoga. Steve and Claire have a chance to chat with Anne-Marie, one of the art room regulars.
How long have you been coming here, Anne-Marie?
I've been coming here 15 years now, and I really enjoy it.
What do you enjoy doing the most?
I like doing my artwork the most because I enjoy doing it because it gives me more confidence and it helps me to build my drawing skills. I can put my artwork into an exhibition and I can sell them.
Wow.
Yeah.
If my son William was to come here, do you think he would fit in well?
He would, because all of us here are friendly. We look after him very well.
Well, it's been lovely to meet you, Anne-Marie.
And
Thank
you.
Perhaps William will get to experience Hollyfield Farm, but first we need to find our couple a new home. Our next offering is in the hamlet of Broad Langdon, 5 miles from the Atlantic coast and northwest of Launceston. It's conveniently located near to one of Cornwall's major roads, perfect for when the family's visiting. The nearest village with a pub and shops is Wainhouse Corner, but Bude is also just 8 miles further up the coast, where more amenities and cracking beaches can be found. There are many attractive coastal spots nearby, such as Trebarwith, where the sandy beach, accessed down a pretty valley, becomes completely covered at high tide. From Trebarwith, it's a 25-minute drive back to the hamlet of Broad Langdon. So, this is what we're going to be focusing on. This could be your new home.
I like the look of that. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's a lovely spot, isn't it?
Now, a local farmer reckons when the guys took this place over some 20-odd years ago, farmer told them that they used to make cider here.
Wow. Is it a barn conversion?
It is a barn conversion, yes. And you can see bits and bobs of it as you go through. Now, what do you think about the position?
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice, yeah.
like it?
Yeah,
It's kind of
it's in
more
a really
our thing,
nice
isn't it?
location as
Yeah.
well.
Now, all this we will look at and discuss later on.
Okay.
Let's focus on a house for you, all right? Come with me. Through the main front door and turning left, you pass through an impressive formal dining room which takes you through to the family kitchen.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, this is a nice
This is
big
really
room.
nice. Space for a table, which I like. I like the
it a
deep
lot.
walls and
I mean, obviously, it's quite modern, really,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but it's still
an
got
old building
character.
that's been converted, isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I like all
Yeah,
the beams
but it
and
does have character.
the stable door and things.
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff.
So do you think then you'd have that big formal dining room next door with that lovely fireplace and just have a dining table in there all the time? Do you think you'd use it?
You just have to see how it went. I think.
Yeah.
I would use that one in there as a room, a sitting room.
When you first walk into a house, sometimes it's, you could get a bit overpowered, but you both, you're like, oh, I like it, nice, this is a bit more us.
Yeah, yeah. This is our kind of thing, really, isn't it?
I think so.
All right, well, look, let me take you through the property to the other end and reception rooms you got on offer there. Heading back to the other end of the house, you pass a utility room and home office before reaching a part of the house that I feel is well suited for one of their wish list demands.
Ooh. This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rather nice, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a bonus.
Now, it's a lovely big room. Obviously, they use it as their living room. You walk through the dining room. It's next to the kitchen. It makes perfect sense. But you're always going to be walking through that dining room. Would you have it up here? Would you keep things as they are?
I don't know, because obviously we'd have to figure in Steve's mum.
Yeah.
She would want her own space. So I'm sort of more, what I've seen so far, I'm more inclined to think of the kitchen and the room next to it as our
Yeah.
space, and this could possibly be her space.
I think you're right. Because
Okay.
through that door, you can see sitting room. It's got its own door there. And upstairs, a double bedroom and a bathroom.
We want her to, feel this is her house as much as ours.
She's getting the best room in the house.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
And you two could be slaving away, cooking for her.
Yeah.
How's that?
That's fine.
So, flexible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Home for you, home for your mum, Steve,
Yeah.
and still plenty of space for your son to come on.
Yeah.
Should we go and take a look at some bedrooms?
Yes, please.
Upstairs in the main part of the house, there are 3 doubles and 1 single bedroom, so plenty of room for William and any visitors. There's also a family bathroom and separate WC. Well, this is most definitely your master. Clearly the biggest of all the 4 bedrooms up here.
Yeah, this is nice.
It's a nice room.
Yeah. Lovely.
Now, a lot of barn conversions steal room from the roof void, I suppose. I think you get enough room up here, though, don't you?
Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, it's absolutely
no-
fine. Yeah.
It's not too shallow, is it?
No. So, could you live with someone like this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
So it's a nice, light, airy place, really. Plenty of windows.
Now, we've talked about outside space, land, but integral to the move down here, of course, is your ability to earn here, isn't it? You've got to work
Yeah,
as a
that's
carpenter.
right.
So, we found just the thing for you, mate. As well as what's waiting for them in the woodshed, there's also a separate house here with 1 double bedroom. It doesn't have a kitchen, but it would be perfect for bed and breakfast accommodation. That big wooden shed we were stood in front of manifests itself as a huge potential workshop.
It's fantastic.
I think you'll have enough space here, don't you?
I think it's fairly large.
Yeah. Well, large enough to park a tractor in.
Yeah.
You actually got a loo and running water, see the sink there. There's loads of power everywhere.
I think you've always wanted a workshop this big anyway, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's great.
It's perfect.
So, we've seen the home. You know you've got this here. What's missing?
Land?
Bit of land. Shall we have a look?
Yes, please.
You like it?
Yeah, fantastic.
Very nice.
This field is included,
Okay.
as is the one beyond, with all the
Right.
sheep are grazing.
Okay.
You want a couple of acres, you get 5.
Yeah, there's plenty of land there.
Isn't that just?
That's fantastic. Okay.
Someone here wants to have goats.
Yes. Could have a few in there, couldn't you?
Herds and herds of... Now, let's look at this package, shall we? Room for all your family, workshop, space, land.
It's got it all, hasn't it?
What do you think?
I think this has got to be above our budget. I think this is about
so.
600.
£600,000. Steve?
Well, let's be optimistic and say 550.
Not a bad guess. This place is on the market for offers around £539,950.
Really?
You could buy this.
Do you think they throw in the tractor?
I've met the owner. He's downsizing. There ain't gonna be no room for a tractor. Good chance of it. Now, there's so much for you to have a look at. There's all the bedrooms in the main house, the annex, the other building with potential for maybe some B&B.
Yeah.
And I will meet you whenever you're finished, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
2 rather happy customers, I think, and that's because it's not just about earning money from a bit of letting accommodation, it's about them realising their long-held dream of having a place in the countryside with some outside space. Yeah, well. Under budget by £10,000, this property seems to have it all. There are 5 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in the main house, plus a separate property with B&B potential. The kitchen, dining room and living room are all spacious, and there's more than enough land and workshop to fulfil our couple's rural dreams.
I think this is a fantastic house. It's got everything we want, really.
Probably would do for your mum.
Yeah, it
Couldn't
would.
it? This
Yeah.
would do for your mum.
It certainly would.
It's bright enough.
We came to you with a really big wish list, and this house really ticks an awful lot of those boxes.
Well, it's big enough for a holiday let, isn't it, I think?
I think this could finally be the one.
Go on then, pop quiz, Mrs. Greenfingers, what's this?
Passion flower.
Well done. So she may well make use of all this 5 acres of land.
She might.
Now, is this place of interest?
Yes,
Yeah, very
definitely.
much so.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely.
Well, we've ended today on a high. Let's take you back. It's a mystery house tomorrow.
Okay.
It's the second day of our property search with Claire and Steve from Bristol, who have £550,000 to spend on a home, a holiday let and a slice of rural bliss in Cornwall. Coming up, the games are on at the Mystery House. If you are not within £5,000, well, you're buying me lunch. And I consider a career change after experiencing life on the Helford River.
All right, you're in charge, skipper.
Well, I must say, I'm pretty happy with how yesterday went, especially with property number 2. I think it gave Steve and Claire pretty much everything they had on their fairly extensive wish list, including the opportunity to run some sort of business from the house. So for today, well, I want to focus on what's bringing them both down here to Cornwall in the first place. And let's face it, it's their love of the county and the whole Cornish way of life. Now, the Mystery House's location, I think, taps into that. It couldn't be further away from the stresses of city living. And on top of that, I think the approach should invoke memories of those halcyon days of when they both used to holiday down here. Let's see how we go. For our Mystery House, we're heading to Bodenich, a waterside village across the estuary from Foy on the south coast of Cornwall. Our buyers have a sliding budget depending on what the property offers. This mystery property is at their lower end, and with it, we're focusing simply on a fabulous family home in a great location, freeing up budget to purchase a separate holiday let or a workshop, or both. Foy is one of the most sought-after spots in Cornwall, sitting scenically on the west side of the estuary. The medieval town buzzes with shops, galleries and restaurants. It's linked to Bodenich by car ferry, and that's how we're getting to our mystery house today. So, this is a slightly different kind of commute for you. What do you think?
Yeah, well,
Fantastic.
it's different.
Isn't it lovely?
William would really enjoy this.
It's a lovely way to start the day, isn't it?
Fantastic.
With our mystery home, we've also pushed our buyers out of their North Cornwall comfort zone. So what do you think about this part of Cornwall and potentially living in this little corner?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, really nice.
Yeah, I've never been to Foy before, and I must say it is a beautiful place.
It really is. Now, outside, you're clearly not jumping up and down.
No, not really.
Now, this is a hamlet, essentially. All you see is this sort of, like, U-shape of houses, and they're all built at around the same time in the early 70s.
70s, I thought so.
Let's see if we can warm you up inside.
OK.
OK.
The main entrance to this property is on the upper level, with the bedrooms on the floor below. You enter through a side door into a hall, and I'm taking them first to the kitchen.
It's a nice kind of airy family home, isn't it?
You being polite?
No, it's a nice house, isn't it? It's a nice...
Yeah.
This house has been designed to be lived in.
Yeah.
So there's lots of light.
Sure.
You've got a lovely little breakfast room through here, twin aspect, and I think you'd use this a lot. We've shown you stuff at the top of your budget. This is the option where you buy somewhere else for a holiday let or something like that. This is just for you.
That's interesting.
OK.
All right. So should we see a bit more of the home itself, and then we can have a bit more discussion?
OK.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Good. Next, I want to show them my favourite part of this home. It's a large living room flooded with light. Now, I was certainly rather impressed by the size of this living room.
That's a good-sized room, isn't it?
It's a nice room, isn't it?
Yeah, you get a great view
it's
from
really
here.
nice.
Unfortunately, you can't see the sea.
No.
The sea, you're so close to seeing it. It's just over that rise there.
This is a lovely room, don't get me wrong. It's got lots of windows and a lovely view, and it's a nice big room.
I think we have to discuss and explore different possibilities, because we need to look at different price brackets for your house, don't we? Is that all right? Mm-hmm. Don't want to leave? Yeah?
Now I think we've got to see the whole thing
Yeah.
before we can judge it.
Good. I'm glad you said that. Come with me. Let's see where your mum might live. Now, obviously, at the moment, this is laid out as a dining room, but I thought your mum might want to stay on the same floor. So this could be maybe a bedroom. She won't have to go up and down those stairs, because this house used to be 2 flats. So you've actually got a shower room on this level as well.
Right.
So just an option there. Would it be big enough for a bedroom for your mum?
Oh yeah, I think
yeah.
so. This is a good-sized room, isn't it?
Should we go and take a look at the bedrooms? Yeah, let me go through the middle here. Thank you very much. But although a bedroom up here is a possibility for mum, with 3 doubles and 1 single room downstairs, there are other options, and we're heading first to the largest room.
It's not very big for a master bedroom.
No, but actually they've squeezed 4 bedrooms out of it. I mean, all bedrooms are doubles, to be fair to them. So this is as big a house and as nice a part of this part of Cornwall as you can get for around that lower end of your budget. I think now, just after 3 houses, you know exactly what you're looking for, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been quite an eye-opener.
Yeah, it's funny how it narrows things down, isn't it?
It does.
Well, I've given you too many hints now as to where about this property may be situated in terms of price.
OK.
If you are not within £5,000, well, you're buying me lunch. Come on. The outside space here is very private. It's currently grassed with well-established planting, but could be turned to a vegetable patch. There's plenty of room for parking cars or even a boat if they're looking to make the most of the location. So, it doesn't sound like this house is particularly for you, even though it's...
It's a nice house.
Yeah.
I think it's a lovely house, actually, but no, I don't think it would be suitable for us.
OK, well, it's always a gamble in a mystery house, but I think it served its purpose, actually. I think it's helped redefine what you're looking for. So how much do you think this mystery house is on the market for? Claire?
I think it's probably £425.
All right, then. Steve, what do you think?
I think it's 430.
I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever done this show where someone's got the price spot on twice. Well done, it is on the market at 425. You know your market down here. I know it's not for you, but I just want to make sure that you know exactly what you're looking at, what you get for your money in this part of the world. So have a quick look around, just take it all in, and I will meet you, well, whenever you're ready, OK?
OK.
See you in a mo. Every viewing, in my opinion, serves a purpose. This has been pretty useful. I think it just helps confirm that They're doing the right thing. They need to look in a part of Cornwall where they get much more for their money. They want a big property. Maybe we've already shown it to them. At £125 below their top budget, what you get here is location. The property has 4 bedrooms, a large garden and a garage. As well as separate sitting, dining and breakfast rooms, there's the option of creating space for Steve's mother on the main level.
Foyer is absolutely lovely. I've never been there before, and having had a look round it, it really is picture postcard Cornwall. If I was 20 years older and I was looking for a nice house to retire to, I'd look at somewhere like this.
I mean, it's a useful space, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's great for well, storage, which I think is what the present owners have used it for.
It's a nice house. It's a nice big, airy family house, but I don't think it's for me and Steve. You could knock that wall through and have a great
that would be good.
kitchen diner because it's got the dual aspect.
It's a stud wall, isn't it? So you
windows,
could.
yeah.
Well, then that's it. 3 houses done. Have you seen enough of Cornwall, do you think?
No.
Oh, you can never see enough
Never
of
tire
Cornwall.
of Cornwall.
Well, that bodes well, doesn't it? Let's find you somewhere to have a bit of a chit-chat and then we'll catch up later on.
Okay.
The South West Coastal Path is Britain's longest waymarked trail. Taking in 600 miles, it starts in Dorset and winds around the entire Cornish coast. The area near the Helford River in South Cornwall is one of the most popular sections, and it's also home to what's thought to be Britain's oldest ferry crossing, documented in the Domesday Book. Today, Ian Wells, the owner of Helford River Boats, is at the helm. Ian, good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good, thanks.
I must say, mornings like this morning, you must think you've got the best job in the world, haven't you?
People say that regularly to me, yeah, I have to say. On days like this, it's lovely.
The boat trip helps walkers avoid a 20-mile detour around the estuary. Ian also ferries locals who live and work on different sides of the river. Do you do this in all weathers?
Oh, yes. No fair weather ferryman.
That's because you've got the choice, have you? There's customers there.
Absolutely.
I understand, Ian, you're an escapee yourself, aren't you?
I am, yes. Yes, we used to live in the Midlands. We lived in Warwick and worked in Solihull, and we came down about 9 years ago. I was a director of a finance company in Solihull and just decided it was way too far away from the sea. So we came down here. My wife's parents are down here. And yeah, we came down to see if we could make it work.
The Helford ferry route has been running continuously since the Middle Ages.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning.
If you
Come on board. And whilst Ian and his water taxi haven't been around quite that long, I'm sure he could do with a hand today. I'm first mate today, so I'm pretending I'm knowing what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. What brings you down to Cornwall year in, year out then?
Just the scenery and the walking.
Yeah.
You know, we like the people as well. It's always very friendly down here.
It's a different way of life here, isn't it?
Different way of life, it's quiet, it's away from the maddening crowd, as they say.
Just be careful of your footing, it might be a little bit slippy.
When passengers want to call the water taxi, there's a very high-tech signalling method.
Let's hope he's watching.
Morning, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Nice bright morning.
Isn't it gorgeous? I can see you while you're out walking today. It's amazing. This isn't a free ride, you know that, gentlemen.
We've got to pay the ferryman, yeah?
He's the guy with the money.
Gonna pay the boatman.
Yeah.
My worry is now, lads, have you got your land legs or your sea legs with you?
Yeah, we don't know.
In the past, the ferry was used to transport livestock to the markets in Falmouth. The cart and driver travelled on board and the horse swam behind. With passengers disembarked, Ian's letting me take the helm.
Right, you're in charge, skipper.
Should you always, if something's coming towards you, you should always pass on one side, should you?
There is an etiquette, but a lot of people that own boats don't actually know what it is.
But explain to me.
The etiquette is passing port to port.
OK, left to left.
Yes, but as you'll see, I mean, the ferry actually has right of way over everything.
Does it?
However, we're not a very big ferry, so sometimes discretion is the better part of valour.
Yield to the larger.
Indeed, indeed. Do you want to just head a little bit over to the right, or starboard?
Starboard?
Now you're
Aye, skipper. Now, Ian, I've seen you do this, and you make it look very easy, but this is your livelihood, so I think I'm going to hand over to you now.
Right.
This looks really tricky, because you have to go in fairly fast and then hard round to the starboard side, don't you?
Yeah, it all depends on the weight you have in the ferry as well, and the wind and the tide,
Right.
and how much water we've got below us. So there's lots of factors to take into account.
Whatever you do, don't feel pressure. Look at that. Look at that. Expertly done, sir. Do I need to tie anything off?
You can tie the front rope up for us. That's it. Perfect.
I think the setting makes it all, doesn't it?
It is beautiful. It is lovely.
I wish you all the very best of luck.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful tradition.
Cheers.
I hope
Nice
it
to
keeps
meet
on
you.
going for many years.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, cheers now.
Ian's found his slice of paradise in Cornwall. I just hope our buyers can do the same. Well, by my reckoning, there's just one property that's in the running. Time to find out what Claire and Steve want to do about it. So, 3 properties down. I'm pretty sure the mystery house isn't for you. That leaves 2 to choose from, properties number 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Where are you at the moment?
Well, we like the second house we saw very much, and we would consider living there. It's a lovely house.
Yeah, it fitted us, I think. Ticked all the boxes.
Are you surprised you found a house that marries up to your wish list?
Yeah, I think I am. I was surprised at how much house number 2 had.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
And the price of it, I was really surprised because I was sure it was over budget.
Well, you did get an awful lot for your money there, in a really nice part of the world. So if you buy that house, what on earth are you going to do with all that land? 5 acres?
Vegetables?
Well, it's self-sufficiency, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing? So, what's the next step for you guys?
I think we need to look into that house a bit more. We need to look at it again, look at the area, look how it works for William and College and that kind of thing.
Are you excited now? You sound like you're a lot closer to finding this dream house.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's really...
It's just nice to see that houses like that are about.
Well, whatever happens, do please let me know.
Yes.
Sure.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bearing in mind that Claire and Steve are after a property with so many facets, I think this is always going to be an exercise in pragmatism to some extent. But I do hope they think long and hard about house number 2 because, well, let's face it, it gives them pretty much everything they said they're after, from the land to the house itself to the outbuildings, all within budget in a part of the world they both love. So, fingers crossed the second viewing does go very well, and who knows, we may have found 2 new Cornish residents. See you next time. Claire and Steve have had an offer accepted on a home which is just 5 miles from the second property we showed them. They're preparing for the move, and William's even been to some taster days at what will soon be his new college. If you would like to escape to the country in Northern Ireland,